Hey family, how you guys doing? Good, I hope. Welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any negativity or hate, keep it on your side of the street, okay? You know the drill. Yeah, so today I'm being guided to get into the topic of self-criticism. A lot of the time, self-criticism that we get into with ourselves, in our self-talk, in our comparisons to the world and other people, and all kinds of things out there that feed the negative talk bubble within ourselves. A lot of the time, the things we decide to criticize ourselves over or talk harshly towards ourselves over are things that generally are not grounded in reality, because a lot of us don't really have a very real perception of who we are because of what we choose to compare ourselves to, measure ourselves up against, who we choose to compare ourselves to, and what we choose to nitpick in other people, to feel insecure about within ourselves. We really just find, without even realizing it, we find ourselves putting ourselves into a corner of constant personal attack. Not even consciously. It becomes a subconscious thing because we've been so groomed and normalized into doing that and thinking that we need to make ourselves better according to some ungrounded standard of, or like I generally like to say, some bullshit standard of society. So when you're criticizing yourself about your looks, your body, your hair, who you are, a lot of the time the things we criticize ourselves over are very superficial because we don't actually take the time to really engage ourselves on a deeper level. And when we sometimes do, how positively do you actually handle yourself when you're engaging on a deeper level? Or do you engage yourself on a deeper level only to compare again to something superficial on the outside? I mean, basically what I'm saying is, how valid are you in the type of self-criticism that you give yourself? I bet every single person watching this video, if you put your feet, metaphorically, on the ground and you genuinely took a look at all the things that you chose to criticize yourself over or choose to criticize yourself over, a lot of those things would be really fickle. They would be things that are not based on reality, be it things that are in your phone, be it your perception of someone else on the outside of you because of viewing yourself in some sort of, or making that criticism on yourself with a perception of lack that you're not fully aware of, because generally that perception of lack is something that hangs so cleverly in the background and isn't even something that is called out by the people around us because they themselves are in that same frequency. Unconscious lack, unconscious not having, unconscious self-criticism against all kinds of other things in the phone and around us, wishing and hoping we had or have something that, you know, the next person looks like they're enjoying or is making their lives seem or come across as more comfortable or happier. Before you criticize yourself, you need to make sure that your mind and your perception of your world and the people around you is grounded and balanced, because otherwise you will just be in a constant, permanent place of attacking yourself and everything you think, say, do, and it be so quiet and so subconscious that you don't even realize you're doing it. It becomes your normal state. To be positive as well, you need energy. If you're constantly criticizing yourself negatively, you're draining yourself, along with everyone else on the outside draining you, plus the system you're being made to exist in and feel that you need to appease and live up to. It's just drainage all over the place. So where is the energy to actually be positive? Because positivity does require a certain level of internal and mental energy, spiritual energy too, to be able to feel that positivity, embrace the positivity, and, you know, operate in a positive mind space. But again, we are in a system that is geared towards taking your energy from you, that is geared towards constantly having you in a negative frame of mind, subtly, not subtly, programming you with negative stuff. You know, everything that is input, everything that you take in isn't exactly the most positive. It's something that is always keeping your mind in a space of thinking you need to fight for yourself, fight for your life, you know, be in a constant state of defense, of fear, be it on a big level in your face, or just subliminally or subtly with the stuff that you watch, or with the people that you engage in, who are also programmed by those very same things and talking about the same things. And, you know, it's a frequency that is nurtured and grown wherever you go. So if you're not in balance, and if you're not in control of your own energy, your own mind, and your emotions, you will literally be swayed back and forth in the negative bucket, from the TV to the family to the friends to, you know, the phone, and, you know, translating everything negatively or in a way of lack that you scroll past. You know, all of that is contributing to the kind of criticism that you give yourself. You might be a very organized person, but because of your frame of mind, you find yourself always criticizing yourself and feeling like your life isn't organized, feeling like you're lacking in some area that maybe you're actually quite skilled at in your own way, but trying to measure up to the way someone else is doing it that maybe works naturally for them is making you feel some kind of way. Let's not even get into all these apps and things that put our young people and everyone else, you know, normalizing changing the way you look and having to look prettier, or I'm saying prettier, a certain kind of way, according to and get normalized into looking that way on your phone, and, you know, portraying yourself in that sort of way to the people around you as normal. All of that is just, it's unhealthy. And the fact that it is normalized and it gets that far as to being normalized shows just how the boundaries, the personal boundaries of society actually really need to be strengthened. Because in anything that you engage in, the trigger of the trigger of self-criticism is just so easy, and it is so quiet yet so loud at the same time in the external with how we show up to the world. So yeah, family, take some time to really evaluate what areas of your life and yourself are you criticizing yourself, and are those criticisms things that are coming from a position of you being in a state of mind that is based in lack, or don't have, or I wish, or that person is, so I must be. However you're translating things within your own self and talking to yourself around it, are they grounded in reality? Are they things that are they conclusions you've come up with about yourself because of what's been fed to you in a phone, in an ad, in a movie, in something that sounded really convincing but maybe isn't that way in reality? Are you criticizing yourself because maybe there's a specific area that you're feeling unhappy about in your life, and by just observing someone on the outside look to you like they're actually thriving in that specific area, are those kinds of things bringing on self-criticism? Have you swayed so far away from actually trying to embrace your own unique and who you are, that you find more convenience in just settling with the status quo that actually, is something every single person out there is trying to achieve but doesn't seem to completely achieve it, because even the ones who look and meet the status quo the best don't feel satisfied that they've reached it completely, if you can understand what I'm saying. So yeah, family, make sure that your self-criticisms are based in and grounded in reality, and that you're actually, showing yourself love and being fair to yourself, and not trying to force yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, your way of completing tasks and activities and existing in your world. Don't knock all of that down and rob yourself of love, personal love you can give yourself and that you actually deserve, trying to meet something that is not realistic on the outside. And I'm not even going to say not realistic for you. A lot of the time, the things we criticize ourselves over are not realistic for anyone. It's because we've been made to feel inadequate by the outside, by what we've taken in, or maybe a silly standard that we've put on ourselves to meet, instead of just, embracing ourselves for who we are and, evolving and growing on what we have, and embrace what we have and are able to bring to the table. I will get into this again, at some point from a different angle. But let me pull a card. I'm still with Ascendant Masters, okay, Dorian Virtue, and see what comes out to priorities to support our conversation, or whoever might be watching this video that needs a nudge maybe in a specific direction. Okay, so the card that's come out is Priorities from King Solomon. Okay, let's see what it has to say. Maybe, let's see. There we go. Devote time to your highest priorities, even if it means getting to bed earlier or later. This is a wonderful time to work on projects that are near and dear to your heart. Even if you're confused about how to approach the project, or you fear whether you'll be able to accomplish your dreams, do it anyway. You'll feel elated by the time and energy you invest into your true priorities, because your inner self will feel loved and well cared for. As you invest in your priorities, you're investing in yourself. Additional meanings to this card: let go of procrastination or perfectionism. Break your major goals into baby steps and take one step at a time. That's another thing. I think this 3D world has geared us all to have to believe and feel that we need to meet some silly standard of perfectionism or of perfection, that a lot of the time, depending on who's looking at it, is never ever completely perfect, right? Because everybody would always do their own thing towards something. Yes. So please don't be so hard on yourselves. Be aware of the way you're criticizing yourself, and give yourself more credit where it's due. Okay, because someone else out there wants to be like you. Definitely. Revamp your schedule so that you devote regular time to your priorities. Be assertive in saying no to anything that diverts you from your path. And this also includes the kind of stuff you choose to feed your mind with, and the kinds of people and frequencies you choose to connect with and engage with. Okay. All right, guys, so if this has resonated with you, please do hit the like and share and subscribe button. If you haven't done so on your way out, it doesn't cost a thing. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.